live on your smart TV or YouTube under WCEG Network. I'm Wardell Richardson, your show host on WcegWood The Hollywood of the South for the next hour. We're the worldwide empowerment group where we speak life into the community. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at WCEG_talk_radio. That's WCEG_talk_radio. And WCEG Network. That's WCEG Network. Last but not least, topics and opinions are those of the show hosts and guests and not those of WCEGtalkradio.com. Once again, I'm Wardell Richardson, host, actor, producer, director, CEO of Rain Dance Films. You get ready, people, because I'm about to bring it strong this summer with my first TV series. I'm very excited about it. Rain Dance Films in full effect. I'm going to start doing a lot of promotion about it, so please tune in, check me out. Also, when you get a chance, go to Amazon Prime and check out a few movies I've done. The 30-Day Rule, Greed, Flesh, Addiction by Subtraction. They're all on Amazon Prime. Great movies. I've been getting a lot of rave reviews, especially about the 30-Day Rule, which is a romantic comedy. I had a great time doing that movie. It is a movie about these three guys who decide to make a bet that they can withstand from having sex for 30 days. So, and it gets kind of crazy from there. So I enjoyed doing that project. Shout out to 480 Films for bringing that to life with me. That was a great project to do. Flesh is based off human trafficking. Greed is an action film. And Addiction by Subtraction is a psychological film. So it's pretty deep. So make sure you really listen closely to that. With that being said, people, we're still in the midst of an epidemic. So please wear your face mask. You know, it's plain and simple. Wear your face mask. Don't be out here, thinking you the man or you the woman and you can't wear your mask or you gonna, because you don't know if you got it. Some people have a side effect. Some people don't. I had COVID last year. Didn't know I had it. Just went to get tested and voila, I had it and felt great. So I went ahead and quarantined myself for 14 days, but I took that as a time for me to reflect, for me to write, for me to just do whatever I need to do for myself. I mean, I had 2 whole weeks to do that. So, go get tested. You don't know. I did it because I went out of town and came back and just decided to go get tested and I had it. I was positive for it. And I went back a week later, retested, still positive for it. So it is something that's out here. People have died from it. People are very sick. There are people in hospitals that are still going through it. It affects everybody different. Some people have it worse than others. So please protect yourself out here. It's crazy out here right now. And I always think about the other people too, because it's not just about you. We all got to look out for each other. With that being said, I'm very excited about my show tonight. For the past month, it was Lovers Month last month. Valentine was last month, so I did a bunch of relationship panels, and then I brought it all back to my exclusive interview because when I come, I got to come hard. So one of the things that I got to do was watch an incredible reality show called Cutting It in the ATL. And I am honored to have the lovely CEO of Jedora, I hope I said it right, Jedora Beauty Salon, and one of the stars of Cutting It in the ATL, Dedra Allen. Hey, Dedra.
Hi, Wardell. How are you?
I am wonderful. Once again, thank you for being a part of the show. I am so looking forward. I've been looking forward to doing this interview all week because I've been focused and all into Cutting It in the ATL. I didn't realize because I've heard about it, but I never got a chance to watch it. So I had to go back, order it, and watch it. And I've been entertained. I'm totally entertained. I'm like, this is a great show.
I'm glad you were entertained. Something, during COVID to keep you entertained. God will make a way.
Hey, you know he will. You know he will. So, so I want to start from the beginning, Dedra. Are you from Atlanta, or did you grow up somewhere else and move to Atlanta?
I moved to Atlanta in 2008 from North Carolina, where I'm originally from.
Okay, and what made you move
hmm
to Atlanta?
Change, change came after my divorce. Needed a change, and I decided to move to Atlanta.
Wow, you know
hmm
that's you know, I notice a lot of people when they decide to change for whatever reason, Atlanta's the place to go. A lot of people tell me that it's a place where they can network and build their empires or whatever. Do you agree with that?
I do. Atlanta was very good to me financially. When I came to Atlanta, I was nowhere near in the tax bracket that Atlanta put me in. So it was very good for me. And it did what it did for me.
Okay, and were
hmm
you a started off as a cosmetologist first, and then moved to Atlanta and started your business in Atlanta, or how did that come to play?
No, I've always had a beauty business. I had a salon when I was in North Carolina.
Hmm.
So I just opened another one once I got to Atlanta. hmm
Okay, so now you have one in Atlanta and one in North Carolina.
No, I closed the one in North Carolina, and I actually don't even do hair anymore. I'm not even in the beauty industry anymore.
Really?
I've been out the industry, maybe going on a year now.
Wow. So okay.
hmm
So now this takes me to a whole nother place
hmm
because you got really well known after doing cutting it in the ATL. So
I pretty much knew most of those people prior to them because in the beauty industry, you meet all kind of people. So
right.
cutting the ATL just kind of made me worldwide instead of just in Atlanta. But I knew mostly everybody in Atlanta already because
Got you.
yeah, doing hair, you always meeting everybody doing hair. So you end up knowing a lot of people. So it just kind of put me in another arena once I did the show.
Okay, so how did that
Mhm.
even come to pass? How did cutting it in the ATL begin, and how was you cast as one of the people in the show?
So it's actually Beauty, one of my other castmates.
Hmm.
Beauty was um, she had a deal with the network to do a show, and they
Hmm.
decided to do about hairstylists. And she asked me to
Okay.
come and shoot the pilot with them. And I mean, I didn't even know what a pilot was. I didn't even. Only thing I knew was Real House off at Atlanta at that time. So
Right.
I went and shot the pilot with them like in February. March, WeTV called, well, the production company called and said, we want to put you in a exclusive contract. So they were still trying to shop it around. To, they pretty much had sold it, but they was putting me in a contract so nobody else wouldn't swoop me up before they got the deal solved. So that was like March. July, WeTV actually called and was like, hey, we purchased this from the production company, from whoever they
Okay.
purchased it from. And
Right.
in September, we're going in from production. So I went from a basic hairstylist in February to September filming a TV show. All
Wow.
in a matter of that fact. That's how quickly it happened.
Wow.
Um, and I
And
had,
for you, go ahead.
yeah, and I had no like thoughts of ever being on a reality TV show.
And that's usually how it works.
hmm
Now,
Yeah.
after when you began doing it, how was that lifestyle like? Because I've interviewed people in reality shows. I've been asked to do reality shows. I've turned some of them down, but um, when you do reality shows, it's a whole change of lifestyle for you.
hmm
So how was that for you? Because you're a mother. You know, you have a lot going on for yourself. You was running this business. You had clients you had to
hmm
deal with. How was that change for you?
It was extremely hectic. If I know what I know now, and a lot of people often ask me about reality TV, and I would never do a reality TV show that somebody else wrote again. If I had to
Mm,
do another one, and which I have been asked to do a couple other ones, but if I had to do a reality TV, I would have to be a EVP. It wouldn't be nothing else somebody else produced.
got you.
Yeah.
And is it more so because you don't really have any control. They get to angle it any way that they want to angle it.
They get to
Right.
angle it how they want to angle it, spin it how they want to spin it. And I really feel like for me, reality TV kind of it portrays Black women in a negative light.
I was going to ask you that question.
Yeah,
you
and I
answered
feel like, I feel like as a Black woman, that's the only opportunity a lot of Black women get to be on TV. So
Right.
they put us on TV. You see a lot of Caucasians are really not on reality TV because they don't want to portray them in a negative light. But African Americans are so thirsty, especially African American Black women are so thirsty to be on TV and to be famous that we'll fall for whatever. And they put you on there and they just pit you against each other for money. And that's pretty much what reality TV is. They just pit people together, cause conflict with people where there's no conflict. And it's not an ideal situation.
Yeah, and watching the show, I could tell, one thing I really admire about you is that you was real 100%. Like you just, this what it is. Because some people, you can tell the people that's fronting for the camera, compared to the people who are just 100% real. And what I really liked is that you were just straightforward. You shot straight from the hip. There was no, in between anything. Like, this is what it is. And I think when you're that way, people want to take you. They don't know how to deal with people that shoot straight forward like that. So they want to bend it. Yeah, they want to bend it and make you something that you're not. Like,
and that's and that's what they want to do. They want to, tailor it how they want to tailor, and then they always want to find an antagonist in reality TV. So what they pretty much do is they sit and film for a couple of films and they pick out like which one is going to be able to give them what they want to give. And then they paint the people how they want to paint them. So it's not pretty much, what you do, it's who they decide is going to be what. And then that's how they paint you. So people ask me, is reality TV scripted? No, it's not scripted, but it's heavily coached.
Yeah. Yeah. So they basically set the scene. They set the scene and they set it up where, you like if they want you to be the antagonist, they're gonna set it up where everybody has a problem with you some kind of way.
Yep. So it's like I said, it may not use the word scripted, but it's highly coached in it. And that's what I say about it, being in reality TV, African American women just get the bunt end of the deal because it takes a lot of time from your businesses. It takes a lot of time for your family. It takes seasons and seasons before you really, really see really good money from it. And then it just amazes me how people believe, like, duh, do you know that who do you know gonna keep going and filming with somebody they can't stand? Who does that?
Right.
Like, who willingly gonna go and do that?
Right.
Who willingly gonna keep going on vacation with a person that they just had a whole fight with? Like, who do you think gonna do that? So it just amazes me when I hear people talk about it. I'm like, girl, are you thinking? So it just amazes me what people believe. That the psychology around TV, and they can make you believe whatever they want to make you believe.
Well, people believe reality TV is really reality.
They believe it. I can hear them talking about some friends. I can hear them talking about some of my friends that's in the industry still. And I'd be looking at them like, them people is not nothing like that. Them people do not act nothing like that. Those people are nothing like that. Like, okay. And they be swearing me down and they know them. I'm like, you don't even know these people. I spend time with these people. I'm in their personal spaces. They're nothing like that.
Right.
Yeah, so I just let people believe what they want to believe.
I had another reality star on the show before, and she said that she wanted people to know that she's not who she is on that show. They set that up, like they make her be the way that she is because they want to pull something out of you on the show, And
they want to sell it. They want to sell it as much as they can do. I was just reading the other day, they was saying Married Medicine, Dr. Jackie and Simone were not talking. I was looking at the thing, I was like, really? They really, really are trying to pull some information because Dr. Jackie is not falling out with Simone. Like, really. I just be looking at some of the headlines like, really. But that's what they do. They make an apple out of an orange, and it's not really, all
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Are you after you do a show like that? Do you think it help with your career afterwards, or build your career? Does it take away from it or build it?
Day-to-day operation, it takes away.
Okay.
Notoriety, it expands it.
Mm-hmm.
But day-to-day operation of a business, you can't run a business day-to-day operations. Even the women of Real Housewives of Atlanta, they really can't run a day-to-day operation when they're filming. So most of you have to hire out, for your filming. But the money, with the good thing they've realized, they have to open other businesses in order to make money. So once you
Okay.
become notable, people know who you are, then you open other businesses, and then that is what brings you your money in. Nene was the only one in reality TV. Well, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, all of them are really making really well. But
Right.
outside of that,
Yeah.
just stay on, going on to the Walmart and get a job.
Yeah,
Rest on
it
to
takes
get your money.
right, and I think a lot of them do it because they want to build a brand, and honestly, you don't even know the direction that your brand will take because you don't know the direction of how they're going to put you in the show and put you out there.
That's
So
right.
I think a lot of people have the misconception that it's going to benefit them, and sometimes it'll hinder you at the same time. It can make or break you.
I feel like for all of us, because it took us away from our business. Maya was the only one that wasn't a hair, really working the salon. She was more of the operation side, but all of the rest of us actually worked in the salon. So it took us away from our business, where we made most of our money. So I feel like in that aspect, it hindered us. And I feel like that's why there's never been another hair show, reality TV show, because you can't take hairstylists from their business and just pay them, the salary, because that's their bread and butter. And when you take them away from it, it makes them not consistent with their business, and the clients, they want consistency. Right. So I think for that type of show, that's why that type of show never has really a longevity, is because you take people away. Even when Kim Kimball did it, every season she had new people on there. It wasn't just the same team, because it takes you too much away from your business trying to film that for them, that it's a struggle, and they don't want to pay you, what you're making in your business.
Right. Yeah, they want to take your time, but they don't want to pay you for it.
Exactly. They want to pay you for your time. They just want to give you a little bit of something. But it was an experience, but I've never wanted to be famous. I just want to be wealthy.
Gotcha.
And most people want to be famous, and they think fame comes with wealth. Wealth comes with fame, and that's not true. It's some broke famous people. The pandemic proved that. Them cars and houses was, honey, I seen some of them, baby.
Yeah.
They was ducking and diving at jobs. Because they was fronting in the day and UPSing at the night, Uber and everything else.
Hey, I think that pandemic to show who people really are.
It showed who you really are.
Every aspect.
It put people on level playing fields, because people had the misconceptions because you're on TV, because you're this. And I know a lot of the celebrities, they were hurting during this pandemic, and they had to go get some jobs.
Right.
So it put level playing field on the rappers, the performers. It leveled the playing field out, honey. So
that's why it's important to invest properly.
It's important to invest properly, and get yourself together and have some other things coming in. So important, very extremely important.
Yeah, I agree.
You're right.
Now, and so after all of that, now you don't do hair anymore. So what made you get out of the hair business?
I just needed something for a retirement plan. I can't be 90 years old doing hair. That just ain't cute. Like I mean, come on. At some point, you can't be behind the chair doing hair forever. So currently, I'm helping my daughter build her beauty brand, Coco Beauty.
Mhm.
So I'm apprenticing her, and for me, I'm going into the medical field.
Got you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I've been reading that you have gotten into doing health and fitness.
Mm-hmm.
How did that transition? Because I know that this is out there, so I wanted to say you didn't really love your body at first, so you wanted to. Was that the reason why you got into it, or did you have? And I read somewhere you had some health issues as well.
Where you read that in? You must be
Right
on the
on your
internet.
page.
Were you on the Chinese internet or the US internet?
I was I was on your
Oh,
website.
oh, you was on a website when I was trying to. Oh, yes. Okay, that's when I became a health coach,
Right.
and was trying to change my diet. And I did have some health issues, hormone issues and stuff. So I became a health coach, and I just help coach people to better health. But I'm
Mm,
actually I own an assisted living home, so that's what I'm into
okay.
now. Assisted living, where I have you know older residents that come in, and I provide them a place to stay.
Okay. Now,
Hmm.
cause I when I was reading on your website, because all this I got off your website. So
Okay.
when I was
I
reading
don't know
on
the
your website,
last time I update that.
really.
Don't tell me what's on that. Yeah.
But yeah, I had read that you was had gotten into health and fitness, and you looking to become a trainer.
Oh
Different.
yeah. Oh, that's outdated. That's
That's outdated.
outdated. Yes, that is
So now,
outdated.
but you
Yeah.
did was going into that at one point.
I still am into it. I still am into that, but I it's not making me money. It's something I'm doing for like a hobby.
Right.
Like I want to do it for a hobby, but it's not something that's making me money. But I
Okay.
got into it as a hobby though. But like I said, the what I want to do is the home health care.
Right. So you've
Hmm.
been doing that. How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing since last year. Last year, I went and got certified to open a home health care facility, and that's when I told you I had a class.
Okay.
So I'm taking a class to be a activity director, so I can not have to pay somebody to be my activity director. I can be my own activity director, but I'm opening a home healthcare business.
Oh wow.
So
So you running the
that's my. Go ahead.
so you running the whole ship then. You are the director of the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm the owner.
The owner, yeah.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
okay, and that's a huge process to go through.
It's and actually it's not. Oh my gosh, my phone got to go. Actually, it's not, and that's one of the things that has bothered me going through this process is
Hmm.
that it takes so little in order to get into the industry. And I think
Really?
anything that relates to the elderly,
Hmm.
um, it just doesn't. It is for it to relate to the elderly. It doesn't take that much to get into it, and
Oh
that kind of
wow.
concerned me. Like it's very little I
Right.
had to do in order to open a assisted living home. Took me
Wow. And
probably about a month or two process to
okay.
get certified, all my certifications. Um, and once I got all those done, you just have the state, you find a home, have the state come in, um, approve the home, and boom, you can start taking. I had to take a medication aid exam where I can administer medication,
Hmm.
and boom, you just start doing it.
Wow. So
Yeah.
that is interesting because you would think because of the type of
Hmm.
business it is that there will be a lot more red tape that
Hmm.
you have to go through.
And it's not, and it's really not, and it's sad too. Like older Americans, the amount of money they get, Like they get so little to live on. Now you get a young girl that have a baby, she'll get food stamps, she'll get Medicaid, she'll get a welfare check. Like she can live pretty good. But an elderly person probably have $1,200 or less to live off for a whole month. All right. So like most elderly people can't even afford to live in an assisted living home because ain't nobody gonna take care of nobody for $1,200 a month. Right. And most assisted living homes cost $4,500 to $6,000 a month. All right.
And that's where their insurance come in, right?
Well, you have to have long-term health care insurance, and you have to get that when you're my age. Like when you're younger, you want to get that. But by the time you get older, they won't give you no long-term health care. Long-term health care insurance. You can't get it. So then now you're out. So if you don't get it while you're young, when you get older, you can't get that insurance.
Oh wow! So you just school somebody on some things.
Yeah. So you most definitely want to get long-term insurance while you're young.
Okay.
You know, because when you get older, go ahead.
How has being on the show? So you went from the show, went over to healthcare. How has being on the show changed you as a person?
It just made me more conscious of the world that we live in. Like it opened my eyes to what the world we're living in and how malicious the world is. How they have really trained people to live fake it till you make it. So that's what it did for me. It just opened my eyes because I think I was oblivious to this world. And when that happened, it's like, okay, this world is harsh. Like you really can get on there and y'all can really fake and play like stuff. It's like, girl, I don't even know you. Why are we mad? Why are we mad again? I'm having to ask. Now, wait, why am I mad at? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Now I know why I'm mad at her. You know, it's like, really? So
they gonna remind you. They gonna make sure you remember why.
Yeah. Tell her, remember when she hit you in scene 5? Oh, okay. Or remember she was talking about your mama. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, okay, you know. Or now don't you call, don't call nobody, and don't y'all can't talk. They didn't want us to talk to each other and stuff like that. You know, they didn't want us to get together, nothing like that. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Are y'all still are you and most of the castmates still friends, or?
I have not seen any of them since we wrapped. I seen Mushia because Lou and I went to Haiti for a mission trip. And I seen Lou, and then I went to an event that he and Mushia had. But the rest of them, I have not seen them since 2016 or 17, and we all are in Atlanta.
Oh wow!
Yep. Wow. So I haven't seen any of them. Yeah.
Okay. And so, have you ever thought about doing your own? Because you said you wouldn't do it with nobody else, but have you thought about doing your own? Because you are a show by yourself.
But TV doesn't interest me. Like it never interests me. It was something different for me. I'm more of a challenge person. And I really did. I'm the type of person, if I'm your friend and you ask me to do something, help you to do something that makes sense, then I'll help you. And that was pretty much what it was. Like I was friends with Beauty's sister, and they asked me to do it. I was like, okay, you know, and then it's like, you're going to be on TV. I'll be on what? TV? So it was exciting, but I'm not like most people like want to be a star. Like that does not interest me at all. And I think that's why I've stayed friends with most of the celebrities I meet, is because they say that I'm so authentic and I'm the same type of person. Every time they see me, I'm the same. And it's because like that life, it don't interest me at all. Like it don't interest me.
And that's why I said what I said when I first, said something to you. I just like on the show, like you can tell that you are straightforward. You just 100% real. And you could tell the ones who was acting out for the show.
Acting, doing it for the TV show. And nobody got time for that they was doing it for the TV show. But I didn't have time for that. You know, I really like if you make me mad, I'm gonna be mad, and I'm not gonna stop being mad the next day. And that's the problem. I think that was a problem with the show, is that I couldn't stop being mad, and that would be every time WeTV would call me, was like, well, could you at least go with the girls? I'm like, really? No. Because when I'm mad, and they want you the next day after we done about damn tore each other hair out or fuss. They want the next day we go sit in dinner. I was like, I'm not doing that. So ultimately, I feel like that's why they decided not to bring the show back, because they had tried to cast other people, but it just wasn't going. They loved all our energy, like they loved us together, but they just couldn't get me to act right. Like, I'm mad. I'm not filming today. It's like, it's a lot of scenes that I was supposed to be in, and I was like, I'm not going there. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
And because this isn't even something you really wanted to do, it didn't really matter to you whether it happened or not. Am I right in saying that?
Like, it didn't matter if we stayed doing it or not. I didn't care, but I'm not going to be not who I am.
Right.
And if I'm mad, I'm mad. It don't change. It don't change. It's like, I don't care what, I'm mad. And I'm not about to sit down and have no dinner with nobody I'm mad at. Now, you done made me mad, the person now you want me to make up. You just stupid and dumb.
Right.
Not doing that.
They want you to go up and apologize and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, I was watching
Go talk to her.
Right. I was
you want
watching
me to beat her up again?
I was watching this show, and I'm sitting here like, because you could tell there was scenes where you could tell they was just picking at you, like trying to get you to react.
And they know they could, because like I said, I'm more authentic, and
you ain't about
that can happen. I'm not about that. So they would do things, like they would do things that would upset me, think it would upset me. But when I caught on to it, then I started to change that. Like, when I know what the producers was doing, then I did something different. I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. So they was like, oh, you're not gonna get mad? I said, no, for what? Y'all one made them late. They ain't come late on their own. And they'd be like, because I would have an event, all of them come late, and they'd be like, oh, you not mad? I said, y'all don't want to let them come late. Y'all had them outside, waiting outside the van. What would be mad for?
Right. So now,
now you want me to be mad because you had them outside in the van waiting. I'm not about to do that.
Wow.
Or go over there and tell her this for what? She don't like me. I'm not going over there and tell her nothing.
Yeah, and I saw you saying that on the show. You just like, no, I'm not going.
I wouldn't cooperate. After a while, I became where I would not cooperate. Like, you know what? We got to get a new cast because this one ain't doing good. But then they couldn't find that same energy that they had with us five. Like, they loved that cast. That cast was perfect for what they wanted to do, but they just couldn't get the people to act right. They couldn't.
Well, it's hard. It's kind of hard to replace you. Now, I don't know about some of the other ones. It's kind of hard to replace you because it's hard to find people who are authentic like that on TV. And just really, you can tell that they real about everything that's coming out of their mouth. So, because I'm telling you, man, I was sitting there watching. I was just like, wow, they just setting her up,
trying to, and I just acting out, cutting up. And then when I didn't want to act out none, I'm like, oh, y'all trying to puppeteer me. I got something for y'all. I ain't doing that. I'm not going there. Why am I going to her party? I don't even like her. I'm not going to her party.
Now, how was your kids? Did your kids see the show? How did they?
I don't think they watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they watched it. I think they had heard so much around it. It's like, I'm not watching that. They didn't want to film. They're like, I don't want to be on that. It was just that's how they was raised. So like, that stuff that does not
don't phase them. That wasn't their thing.
Phase. Like, I don't. She doing some TV show, some kind of show. Now my baby girl, she did her birthday party on there, but she's a girl. But the boys was like, keep that stuff away from me. I don't want no parts of it.
Right.
But yeah, I just think I'm a down earth person. I'm a businesswoman. I just, entertainment is not my industry. Business is my industry, and I realize that, like, entertainment is not my industry.
And that's unfortunate because you're very entertaining.
Well, thank you.
it's the entertaining people that don't.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, so that's not my industry. That does not phase me. I don't want to be, in it. So,
Right.
but if I do something, I'm gonna do it. But I don't want to do that. So I
So
know that after.
not even
Pardon?
acting, not even if somebody
Mm-mm,
wanted you to do a movie or anything.
it'd take too much time from where it's stuff I enjoy. I was cast in a show on ABC about 3 years ago. It was that show where the people are getting married,
Okay.
and they cast me on that show. I think Lisa Ray. They end up getting Lisa Ray,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to go to LA and I was telling Cherie that I had to go. I had to go to LA for 6 weeks. I had to live in LA for 6 weeks. And the last week,
Okay.
I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing it. They was like, excuse me. I was like, and the production, the producers, everybody calls and what can we do to change your mind? I said, I need to stick to my guns and say I would never do TV again because I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
And they was
Okay.
like, oh my God, you were just so perfect. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to do it. And that's the last time I ever thought about doing TV again was then.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're true to what you say. So
Yeah, I don't.
I
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't. I mean, it doesn't fascinate me to be on TV. Like, and again, unless I was to be the EVP, I produced it. I had complete control over it. That's the only way I would do something like that. But somebody else letting them control, heck no.
And that's why I
Yep.
said if you did your own reality show, that would be dope because you're very entertaining. Like whatever you do, it's the authenticity that you have,
Yeah.
the aura that you carry. So, it was I was like, okay, I can see her doing her own thing. It's like a
Yeah.
whole show based
I wouldn't
around
even take
you
the
and your
time out
business.
to. Yeah, I wouldn't even want to take the time out to do it. Like take away from other stuff I enjoy to do that. So
Okay.
yeah.
So now you're in the healthcare field and
Mm-hmm.
you're taking care of older women now.
Older adults.
Have that you already launched that? That's already going on now?
That is going on now, but I haven't completely got it done.
Okay.
So the grand opening will probably be around April or May,
Mm-hmm.
um, because it takes the state to do some things before I can actually put it out there. So I'm done, but not done. It's about
Right.
like apartment complex that's built, but the state
Mm-hmm.
keep coming by and saying, nope, you gotta do that. Nope, you gotta do that. And you're like, oh my God. So it's kind of like that.
Okay. And are you
Yeah.
going to do a huge launch or just going to be?
I'm not. I'm not. I probably won't even do a grand opening due to COVID. It's just probably go right into it.
Gotcha.
Yep, just go right
Gotcha.
into it. Yep. And make
COVID
this
has changed
money.
a lot of things, I tell you.
COVID has changed a lot of things. I'm excited about the industry. It's a money making industry. I'm hopefully by the time I'm in my 50s, I'll have a good little nest egg where I won't even have to look at a job or work if I don't want to.
I feel you on that. Hey,
Hmm.
that's the American way to be right now.
Yep,
I
that's the
think I
American way to
think
be.
COVID should have taught everybody to prepare and
Hmm.
because all these people that's splurging and stuff, COVID changed all that for a
It's
lot of
changed
people.
everything. Yes, it did. It just COVID was two-sided for me. Like I lost a lot. I lost several relatives to COVID,
Oh
but
wow.
professionally, business wise, I've never did so well in my businesses that I have in a long time. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
really, really been good to me over last year and then going into this year. Life has been good.
Nice. I said the
Hmm.
same thing because for me, last year was an excellent year for me. I made more money last year than I made
Hmm.
way before the
Hmm.
COVID hit. So,
Yeah.
but it gave me a different mindset. It gave me that
Hmm.
mindset that life is short and you never know when your
Uh-huh.
time is coming. So you have to seize those moments.
Yep. I agree with that. You most definitely had to seize those moments. Most definitely. But yeah, life is good. I can't complain.
So what other things you got going on other than the healthcare? Because I mean, you don't seem like a person that's settled. You have a lot of other things that like you put under your belt.
Right now, that's pretty much all I'm doing is just focusing on healthcare. Doing that. Traveling, trying to get out. Me and my daughter went to Miami a couple weeks ago. I was supposed to meet up with a couple of my reality friends. They were there too, and lost my cell phone and couldn't call nobody. I said, I'll be dead. So me and her just hung out all weekend, but just pretty much low key, enjoying life, and just trying to get this business going.
Okay. And so do you think that you being who you are, when people meet you, are they more cautious or are they friendly? Like, how are people when they meet you?
Extremely intimidated.
I figured.
Extremely intimidated, especially women, especially Black women. As soon as they meet me, they're automatically on the intimidated side. I'm a tiny woman, but I have a strong personality. So when they meet me, it's like they just kind of like try to, and then they're like, "Oh, you're so nice," blah blah blah. But they like, should I be on the defense? What should I be on? I don't know really how to, react. And then some of them play like a tough role, and then I just have to kitten them down.
Right.
Because I'm a chess cat, and they just have to kitten them all down like I'm good. So they do that, and people who love me. I find that Caucasian women, when they meet me, like a lot of them watch the show, and when they would meet me, they would love me. The younger African American women and the more entrepreneur type women, they loved it.
Right.
I find the more insecure woman, they hated me. It was okay because those probably people I wouldn't even ever be around anyway.
But I believe if you're gonna do something, if you don't have haters, then you're in the wrong place. You're gonna have haters no matter what you do. If it's positive, if it's negative, you're gonna have somebody who's gonna hate against you.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's mostly the unattractive African American women. The overweight, unattractive African American women are the most on people's blog posts and posting and everything. I'm like, girl, go eat a diet bar or something. You on here wasting all this time posting on my page, and you should have been getting a diet bar. And I'm over with this flat stomach, minding my business, and you over here on my page. You should have been on a Peloton or something, and you over here go lose a pound or two. But they do. If you ever look at the shade room, you ever look anything, it'd be unattractive Black women, most of the time overweight, that gives the most problems.
Wow.
It is. Pretty girls rarely bother anybody. They don't. When you look at posts and stuff, and you go look at they're most of the time they're unattractive. Pretty girls ain't got time. Like what? They ain't got time.
Right.
Most really pretty women, you never hardly see them on people's page. It'd be the unattractive overweight girl. I'd be like, they became social media bullies. They was glad social media came along, so they gave them a voice. Without somebody being able to get a hold to them, quick. They can get behind. They can keyboard bully. Yeah, but that's the main ones. And I was doing. I'd be like, this they ugly and acting like this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
now,
never pretty girls.
You seem like you pretty fit too. I was watching this.
Oh, I'm fine. Fit. There's fit and there's fine. I'm fine. Like you don't describe me as fit. You describe me as fine. Like I passed fit in my 20s. I passed that.
Okay, you're
I have
fine.
Surpassed fit. I am fine.
How do you keep?
Genetics ain't got nothing to do with me. Genetics. My dad, my granddad is genetics because I don't do nothing.
Really?
Genetics.
I know you got some people hate you right now, boy.
Hating. I be on Instagram like this flat stomach. I have 3 kids. Other day I posted, my
Oh
stocks is
man.
up and my stomach is still flat. Like I said, no, my stocks is up and my butt is getting bigger. Life is good. Yeah. So I don't do
That
nothing.
is hilarious. So you don't
Nothing
do
but
no workout or nothing. You just chill and you just
naturally
got this flat
fine.
stomach.
Naturally
Wow.
fine. Just fine. Fine, fine.
Wow.
Woo. Just
Cause
fine.
I
I
was looking
mean,
at the show, I'm just like, man, she look like she work out and everything.
no.
She fit. You know, you look beautiful on the show.
Thank you. I might go to the gym. Last year I went to the gym maybe. I walked around the block maybe 2 times, maybe
If you can
twice.
count it. If you can
Yeah.
count it.
I have not been in the gym. Ooh, probably since like 2016 or 2015.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, that's you
Mm-hmm.
real. You
Been in
got
the
them
gym.
serious genetics.
Yep. Haven't been in the gym since then. Yep.
So your mom, she has that same body
No,
type.
no,
Your
just my dad.
father. Okay.
My dad had it. His dad had it. Um, and my children have it. But we are just naturally. And I have a half sister. She's slim too. Like we just took out our dad. Like I just have always been slim. I have struggled with not being able to gain weight. While people around here trying to lose it, I'm trying to put on every pound I can put on. I just be just doing the most sometimes. But
Now
yeah,
you had touched on this earlier. Why do you think women hate on each other so much? Like, what
the
is the whole premise of that?
insecurity, insecurities. And I'm not necessarily coming from a parent. It can come from school. Children are cruel early on. I was an
Mm-hmm.
ugly duckling early on. I mean, I was built like a boy, but later I realized it was supermodel size.
Yeah.
You know, they was like, "Oh, she built like a boy. She tall. She skinny." And then when I realized I was supermodel size, baby, I brought it home. But it's insecurity. Women are insecure. Um, and then once they realize the insecurity, they don't try to correct it. Don't try to make it better.
Right.
They don't try to overcome it. They just keep feeding the insecurities. They want to be loved. Um, they don't understand what love is. A lot of factors in it. But not only
Right.
Black women do it, women, period, um, suffer from insecurity. All colors. I meet them all colors, and they all suffer from some level of insecurities. And some of us allow it to come out more than others.
Right. And
But once
I
you
saw
realize you have them, you need to just work on
right. I saw you on the show. You had like a person you go to and talk to. That you said she's kind of like your
Hecka. Hecka.
yeah, Hecka. Yeah, that was
Hecka
her
worked
name.
in Hecka was the real deal. So I actually met Hecka. She worked in my salon. So Hecka
Okay.
worked in my salon, and she actually told me that show was happening before any of that happened. That's how I knew she was a real deal. Me and her, like December, January, we were sitting at a dryer, and she was like, "You're going to have a national platform. I don't know how it's going to come about, but you're going to have a national platform." And that was maybe like December, January, and boom. Next thing I know, I got
Yeah,
a
she
national
tripped me out
platform.
on the show when you showed up to her, and she kind of pegged everything that was going on with you right off the bat. And
Yeah,
I said, okay, is that real? And I'm
yeah.
assuming that was real.
She even told me one time, like this was after the show, and I was dating this guy, and I was going to meet him, and I was telling her, I was like, something ain't right. And she said, because he got this, she told me his whole situation. I was like, no, that's not his situation. She said, yes, that's his situation. I was like, that is not his situation. I went to Myrtle
Wow.
Beach, spent 4 days with him. His friend, I met one of his friends there, and his friend asked to be my Facebook friend. And everything Hecka told me was true. The only thing she got
Oh
wrong, he had a
wow.
4-year-old son instead of a 4-year-old daughter. And she still says today he has a 4-year-old daughter. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Hecka is a real deal. I never really believed in that until I met Hecka. Yeah, but she is the real deal.
Man,
she told me some stuff like,
I would love to be her.
Yeah, Hecka. She's on Instagram. I mean, Facebook is called. She's Hecka Activated.
Okay.
Hecka Activated. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cause she surprised me. I was sitting there like, what?
Yeah.
Because you sat down. She told your whole situation without you even opening your mouth. I said, now I wonder if that was scripted. But like you said, she's the real deal. Now, what do you want people to know most about you? We got 10 minutes left in the show.
That I love people. If I would say that I love people, I love giving back to my community. I love giving back to people no matter who you are. Like I said, before the pandemic, I was going over to Haiti yearly in order to do mission trips. I enjoy that. I love giving back to our youth. And I love people. I'm extremely social. I am extremely social. I like people. I enjoy people. I just love living life. and I am what I am. It is what it is. You ain't never got to wonder if I like you or not, because you don't know.
I believe it. I appreciate you for coming on the show, because I didn't know I remember when I started following you, and but I had no idea that you was in Cutting It in the ATL. I had no idea, and then I started going through your profile, so I said, "Wait a minute." And I gotta bring her on, because I had heard about you, but I didn't know a whole lot about you. And watching the show, I said, okay, I see what they were talking about. But and it's the authenticity that people I could definitely tell that you intimidate people. So when you said that, I'm like, okay, I can see that. I can definitely see that. But
I walk into a room with the level of confidence, like, hey, I'm here. Bam, let's get this party started. And everybody can't handle that.
But you have a soft heart, though, really.
I do. I am. Sharia tell you that that's who she is. But, if I ride with you, I ride with you too. I'll ride with you.
And if you could leave people with a piece of a nugget, something positive, what would that be?
I would say be consistent in who you are and enjoy life every day, every glimpse of it you can get, and just be consistent at that.
Amen to that. And that's important, because right now,
and that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Because right now, in these times, with everything that has happened, last year was a crazy year.
It was a doozy.
We had the pandemic, we had hurricanes, and I didn't even realize we had several hurricanes that went through several cities that didn't even make the news because of the president that we had.
Don't even talk about it. But you know what? I read a post the other day and said it's kind of boring around the U.S. now because we ain't got that crazy but it really is.
It got boring, right?
Yeah, the news is so boring now. I like Biden, but he's so boring. He's so boring. It took all our really fun away, because the TV, everybody bored now.
Man, Trump had something going on every day.
Every day, and it kept people on the news. It kept people on TV. But now, even Facebook is bored. I said, Lord Jesus, I'm going to get off here. About to bore me to death. So did you take the vaccine?
I did not. I don't think I qualify as of right now.
Oh, okay. So I took the first round, and I take the second round actually tomorrow.
Really? Well, I'm assuming you would take it, since you now involved in the health care facility and stuff. Yeah, I can see you taking it. Now, my mother is getting ready to take it, and my grandmother. So, I heard that the second one is the one that make you feel some kind of way.
I've heard that, but we'll see tomorrow. I know tomorrow.
Oh, you doing okay?
And it's about the immune system. if your immune system, if you feel bad, it's because your immune system is doing its job and it's attacking that foreign thing that's coming in your body. So it's doing its
Okay.
job. So it's rushing to it. It's about like a head rush.
Got
So it's
you.
rushing to it. So it's going to make you feel off because it's rushing to do something. And you just like, hold on. With older people, they're not feeling as much because their immune system moves slower. So it's not rushing to do anything. It's just kind of.
Got
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of, it kind of throws me a little bit because of how the government is forcing, the way they've been talking about it and trying to force people into taking it. I'm just like,
I think they're forced. But did you look at the numbers of the Spanish flu? How many people died with the Spanish flu?
I read that somewhere. It was up in
50 million people died of the Spanish flu. So they had to get something out in front of this. Right now we're at 500,000 and we're about to lose our minds. Imagine if 50 million Americans died. 50 million of the Spanish flu. In 2 years, 50 million people died.
Of the Spanish flu.
So if you think about it, that was back in early 1900s. We're more far advanced of that. And just sometimes the ignorance of people thinking, I'm like, do you realize you can make a whole baby in a test tube?
Yeah.
But you believe that can happen. When a doctor tell you have high blood pressure, you take a pill, you believe him that can happen, that pill can heal you. But you're saying all of a sudden he can make a pill? But we got electric cars, we have FaceTime, but it's impossible for them to make a vaccine in a few months. Why? They're scientists. And if you read about it, it doesn't structurally change our DNA. That's why we may have to take it every year, like the flu shot.
Okay.
Yeah. And people like, it's gonna cause cancer. How the heck have any you know anybody from a vaccine that caused cancer? I done had every vaccine in the book, and every 10 years we both have to get the TB shot every 10 years.
Yeah.
If you've been to college, you had a vaccine. You had to get a vaccine to go to college. You that your child had a vaccine, meningitis vaccine to go to college.
Yep, you're right.
Remember back years ago, before you could go to Africa, you had to have 700 million shots to go to Africa years ago. You couldn't leave this country without getting 1,000 vaccines.
And it's still like that to go to Africa. I think you still got to take different shots.
Yeah,
several different.
I know the malaria shot. Yeah, so I'm like, it's just people thought process. It's just their thought. Okay. But we're dying of it. The African Americans are dying. Yeah. So if 50 million of us die, that's gonna be bad. We ain't got that many out already. Yeah. We got 100 million in prison. If 50 million of us die on the outside, we're gonna be low. I might have to start having babies. I might have to start having babies again.
You are hilarious. That's why I say you should have your own show. Well, Dedra, I definitely thank you for taking this interview. I know you're a busy woman, and you took time out to do this interview for me, because I was excited about doing this interview. I'm very glad that I was able to. I love cutting it in the ATL. I've been telling my other friends and stuff, hey, y'all gotta watch this. This is really good.
It's funny. And now I look back to it,
hilarious.
It's funny. I'd be like, this is some dumb stuff. It's about like somebody you dated in high school. Like, why did I date them? That's about like they're like, why did I do that? You live and you learn.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, how can people follow you on social media? What's your social media handle and everything?
Well, you said I couldn't cuss on here.
That's in your email. I mean, that's your name, so you can say it for your name.
You said I couldn't cuss. Where if you're gonna follow me on Instagram, my Instagram name is Dedra is too damn much. Fix it, Jesus. If you follow me on Facebook, it's just Dedra Allen, and I'm on TikTok. Dedra is too much. I'm on everything, except OnlyFans. Now I'm not on OnlyFans, so don't go look on there for me because I'm not there. Okay. but I'm on everything else except OnlyFans. So you can find me. Just put in Google. Put Google Dedra Allen. She gonna pop right up. No
And thank you.
eyes, just Dedra, and she gonna pop
Right.
up like bam. I'm here.
Well, well, thank you for doing this show, Dedra. We gotta go. I appreciate you very
You're
much,
welcome.
ladies and gentlemen. Dedra Allen. This interview will be on YouTube. You can see it anytime you want. So tell your friends and family and whoever to go take a look at it. This was an incredible interview. I really wanted to get her in here. So you got the scoop from Dedra on what it's like to be on a reality show.
A
And
hot
once again,
flaming mess.
thank you so much for being a part of the show. God bless you.